This episode was brought to you by the generous fan donations of Cooks84. Cooks84 came up with this idea 100% and fan-funded this episode. We can't thank you enough for this donation, and we hope you enjoy the upload. As for everyone else, please subscribe to the Cooks84 YouTube channel, and be sure to thank Cooks84 for the kind fan donation. What's up everyone, I'm your host, Animation Rewind, and this is your favorite meme series, my favorite bookmark in my computer, and the first cartoon series to almost never feature cartoon characters. That's right, it's Cartoon Fight Club. So make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell to be notified for future fights. Also, don't forget to check out the Rewind Rumble YouTube channel. Check it out once, twice, 3 times, as many times as you can before your computer lays an egg. That would make sense if you checked out the channel already. Actually, it wouldn't. Where was I even going with this? It doesn't matter. Let's just get ready for tonight's battle. That's right, you did not misread the title. We have a fight between Kyoko Sakura, your not-so-average, everyday R-rated magical girl, and the oldest chomper in video game history, Pac-Man. So why are these two fighting, you ask? What do they have in common? Just what secret link do these two hold that could make me, my team, make the Versus community in whole want to see these two fight? Well, I don't know. That's the beauty of fan donations. This episode was 100% fan-funded by Cooks84. Cooks84 was kind enough to donate to the Animation Rewind PayPal tip jar. The least we could do was produce the requested idea. And since we're on this topic of fan ideas, don't worry for anyone else who's won the idea raffles, all your ideas are still on the top of our lists. We just don't want to rush them, because we did rush Goku vs. Azrael and we hated ourselves for it. So with all this in mind, let's introduce Cartoon Fight Club's next round of fighters. What? So we featured Pac-Man at least a half dozen times. You can learn about him in the Pac-Man vs. Kirby, Pac-Man vs. Danny Phantom, Pac-Man vs. Sans, and Super Smash Bros. Vs. PlayStation All-Stars episodes. The grandfather of Maze games hasn't changed a bit, so I wouldn't want to ruin Kyoko's first appearance with the yellow dot eater hogging all the limelight. So with that in mind, let's focus on Kyoko Sakura. The Madoka Magica series starts off with a middle school student named Madoka Kaname and her friend Miki. They encounter a small cat-like creature named Kyubi. Kyubi offers a contract in which a girl may have a wish granted in exchange for obtaining magical powers and being tasked with fighting against witches. At first, the girls didn't really know what they were getting into. They just wanted a cool wish, so they took up the offer. To comfort their experiences with new powers, Madoka takes up another offer and lessons from an upperclassman with similar powers known as Mami. Now, don't let the art style and character features fool you. This story takes a dark turn as Mami tragically dies at the hands of a witch, and Madoka realizes that a magical girl's life is filled with danger, anguish, and suffering. This is where Kyoko comes into play. Kyoko is a veteran magical girl who comes to the city following Mami's death. Kyoko has been a magical girl much longer than the others, and thus is more skillful. Now don't think Kyoko's origin has happy roots. She came from a poor church family and used her wish so that people would listen to her father's preaching. When her father learned of this, however, he went mad and killed everyone in his family aside from Kyoko. As such, Kyoko decided to only use her magic for herself from that point on, since using for others will only cause despair. Kyoko is fairly stubborn and has a fiery personality. She can be self-centered when she wants to be, though this is just a facade she made for herself and to show off to others, since she's actually really sympathetic and tender. She really does love people and there are many pressures to her, but after going through so much trouble, she decided to cover up those feelings and show off as a totally different person. Thanks to her past experiences, Kyoko believes that wishes shouldn't be used for others, it should be only used for reasons for yourself. She did learn things the hard way, but now she is more knowledgeable as a magical girl, and she has plenty of experience since she became one at such a young age. With origin out of the way, we can finally talk about her powers and abilities. Kyoko as a magic girl has fairly high intelligence and has multiple magical techniques in her arsenal, such as Rozo Phantasma, which are basically illusions that can hurt her opponents. To further describe this technique, she technically just creates illusions of herself, which not only only distracts her enemies, but the illusions also have physical impact to them. One of her most iconic techniques is the use of her impulse spear, which, as the name implies, creates a spear out of an impulse. This thing is summoned directly from her soul gem without the need of even transforming. She's very skilled with spear combat. She's good at throwing it, whipping it around, and shanking it. But speaking of transforming, of course she has the transformation spear. This, of course, turns her into a spear, and in this form, depending on how she uses it, it can be much more effective than the impulse spear, but unlike the impulse spear, transforming does take more time than, of course, the time of an impulse. And then, of course, we have the fireball tactic, which allows her to throw flaming pumpkins that create black holes when they hit a physical object. Okay, I made up the pumpkin black hole part, but wouldn't that be cool if she could actually do that? It would, but fireballs are still pretty cool as well. And then there's the Witch's Kiss, which she can only use in her Ophelia form, which can take control of the opponent. This is very dangerous depending on who she's controlling. And last but not least, we have the Scorpion Spear, which turns the spearhead into, you guessed it, a scorpion tail. This attack, when used, has the ability to negate regeneration. It's also a very risky move. Using this attack can be very fatal on Kyoko herself. There's a good chance that this ends up as a suicide move, though there is a slight chance she can survive it. This thing is mainly used as a last resort. Overall, Kyoko is a powerful magic user, extremely intelligent for her age. However, her temper could get her into trouble in some situations. And now, let's get ready for the fight. This battle is going to take place in the Namco arcade with no preparation. Once that circumstance bar is finally loaded, let the battle begin.
Hey there, cutie pants.
What are you, blind or something?
On crystal. No, you're not. Is that? No, you're not. What's that?
Okay.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. It couldn't be done without the help of Smasher Block, BTL Video Productions, and of course Cooks84. Again, this entire idea and its place in production was fully fan-funded by Cooks84, as Cooks84 donated to our Animation Rewind PayPal tip jar. Once again, we hope you enjoyed it, and we can't thank you enough. So yeah, Kyoko wins, and it's not too hard to see why. In every sense of the word, Pac-Man was outpowered. In defense, speed, attack potency, all of it. While Pac-Man can survive attacks equivalent to powerful artillery rounds, Kyoko can unleash attacks equivalent to small nuclear bombs. Spoiler alert, but during her suicide mission, she destroyed Octavia's gate barrier. And using the size of Kyoko compared to this gate, this thing would put her Fire Blast ability at least City Plus level. And then of course there's speed. While Pac-Man can run at speeds harder for humans to comprehend, Kyoko can make blitzes up to hypersonic speeds. To be nice, maybe with some power-ups, Pac-Man would have a better chance, but just how fast Kyoko is, I don't see Pac-Man getting any breathers before she hits him with an attack and wipes him out. To give you context on her speed, even while holding back, Kyoko was easily capable of fending off Sayaka. Sayaka, of course, is the second fastest magical girl within the Holy Quartet, and is rated as a number 4 in her official stat book. And if you're wondering what makes Sayaka so fast, keep in mind Sayaka was able to move within Hamura's time stop ability. And don't even get me started on Madoka, who can hop timelines and can manifest outside them within a non-existent multiverse. The Madoka Magica series is just on another level when compared to Pac-Man's universe. Also, let's consider the fact that Kyoko technically doesn't have a spiritual soul. Kyuubi stated that all contracted users actually have physical souls to prevent the soul from fleeing the body after death. Because of this, there technically isn't any ghostly or spiritual openings for Pac-Man to take advantage of. All of his attacks really only work on ghosts, and if his opponent only has a physical material soul, his arsenal is almost completely useless. For Pac-Man, this is game over. I hope you enjoyed this fan-funded episode. Please leave a like if you did. Don't forget to comment down your own ideas, and stay tuned as the next fighters are going to be revealed on the next episode of Cartoon Fight Club.